On my way home from Overland Expo West in Flagstaff, Arizona, I traversed a tiny sliver of southwest Utah. My route took me right through the Sand Hollow area, and I couldn't resist taking my chances with the infamous deep, soft sand, notorious for getting even four-wheel drive trucks stuck. The question everyone keeps asking me is, did I need to make a call? My Arizona adventure has come to an end, and as I enter Utah, I find myself in Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. I'll be getting on the highway shortly to log some miles towards home, but I do have a few side trips planned for today.
Well, after a brief stint on the highway, I'm back off on another gravel road. This is another dead end, just out and back. Some sort of cool geological features out here to check out, I think. I think it's only about 5 miles, so easy little side trip. It just astonishes me how every place I've been, everywhere you look in every direction, there's something awesome to see. I mean, maybe if you live down here, this just becomes, you know, commonplace and normal and you don't even think about it. But this is so different from the Pacific Northwest. Every bit of this trip so far has exceeded my expectations. I'm so glad I did this. Look at this craziness. Another great place to camp at a moment when I don't need a campsite. Wow, this one actually has water in it. Almost all of the sort of creek beds and river beds that I've seen have been dry.
I've stumbled upon what appears to be a very old cemetery. The names appear to have eroded right off the stones, but each stone is adorned with offerings of coins and rocks.
On the paved highway again for a bit. So I'm back off pavement for a little bit. I don't even know if it's going to be anything at all. So when I was sort of scouting my route for interesting spots I might want to stop, I noticed this one little thing, little geological oddity, I think. It's not too far off the highway, and so I'm gonna go take a look. This is pretty much all BLM land I've been on.
The smooth gravel roads across the flat desert have given way to a steep, rocky trail up a hillside. Looks like it'll be slow going for a while.
Kind of a cool scrubby little forest. All the trees are maybe 10-12 feet tall at most. Okay, so I guess I wasn't wrong. It is a thing. Holy cow. It's way more of a thing than I thought it was. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this.
I know it's hard to judge the scale of this hole, but here's a view from the far side. You can see how it dwarfs the frontier over there.
So the BLM has put a fence up, I guess, to keep you from falling in, but then, I don't know, you can walk right through and fall in. Well, just like every other side trip I've taken, it's taken way longer than I expected. This time, because I had no idea the trail was going to be so gnarly getting up here. But like all the other side trips I've taken, 100% worth the time. That was crazy. I never really did get eyes on the true bottom of the hole. I think I was pretty close there with one of the camera shots. I would have liked to have flown the drone over that. That would have given you a much better sense of what we were dealing with there. But it was super windy. We're up at the top of some kind of ridge line, and the wind was just crazy. And I couldn't chance it. I couldn't chance having the drone go down in there because there's no way down in there. None. No way. I walked all the way around, and I looked at all the walls. There's nothing. It was really cool, but it also kind of freaky. So I stopped in Kanab, Utah at a grocery store because I noticed I was low on toilet paper. I also just gassed up. And literally 1, 2, 3, 4 vehicles down is Steven, who is one of my Patreon supporters and who I've actually met at Jason's Patreon event.
Yeah, right.
So he's been out. He was actually trying to get to Expo and showed up and they were sold out. So he's been out adventuring.
Yeah,
instead.
Glen Canyon, and that's definitely worth a visit.
Cool.
Great explore there.
But if I hadn't noticed that I was a little low on toilet paper this morning, I would have driven right by this grocery store. They're out in the middle of absolutely...
That's we are the same level of toilet paper.
Well, it's great to run into you,
yes,
Stephen, and
absolutely.
chat a little bit.
I'm
That was
glad
awesome.
you recognized me.
Yeah.
It's midday, and I'm making good progress via small 2-lane highways, but an unusual looking hillside has caught my eye, and a sandy road leading that direction has lured me off my route on an unplanned side trip. The trail actually crosses a corner of this rock formation and continues on into the desert, but this is really as far as I need to go.
I don't know if the camera is doing this any justice at all. The swirls and undulations are just incredible. It's like someone came in here with a pastry knife and was like icing a cake with 2 different colors of icing. It's so swirly. Again, another pretty cool place to make camp for the night. Right down here at the base of this incredible formation. But once again, it's not time to make camp. I need to log more miles today. But what a cool, random, unexpected discovery.
After another hour on the highway, I've arrived at my next dirt road side trip. It's only about a 5-mile drive out to my point of interest, so I'm not expecting this one to take too long.
So I'm not going to do much filming of the drive up to my destination here. You will recognize the spot when I get there, I'm sure. It's sort of a overlander or off-roader mecca. And I want to make sure I get up in there in time to still have some daylight hours to get some shots and then find some place to camp. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, I think we're gonna kick it down into 4 level.
Again, the camera of course doesn't capture how rough and slow this road is. While navigating this rocky trail is a bit of work, the scenery is entirely enjoyable.
On the map, this looks like such a short little jaunt compared to everything I've been doing, but I had no idea it was going to take this long. I'm not sure there's going to be any sun when I get there. Hopefully I can camp nearby and there'll be some sun there in the morning.
If you hadn't already guessed, yes, I've driven out to Tokerville Falls. This unique waterfall tumbles down multiple shelves of rock to spill into a deep pool below before the creek continues its course through this desert valley. What makes this particular waterfall such a magnet for off-road enthusiasts is that this road I'm on crosses the creek right here atop the falls. The road gets even gnarlier as it follows the creek. There are some campsites up by the falls, but there are already a few rigs camped in that area, so I'm going to see if I can find a spot a little further downstream. This will do nicely.
I kind of wanted to come a little bit further down the river, a little bit more privacy because I've been sweating for 2 days, and I'm gonna go take a bath.
This is a pretty small creek, but I found a little hole I can get down into. The water is cold, but it's a reasonably warm late September evening, and I'm willing to endure a little chill to feel clean and refreshed. I've been getting a lot of questions about how I turn my logo into a metal emblem on my grill. Jason Neal, a subscriber who lives about an hour away from me, guessed at what I was planning to do and reached out with an offer to help me accomplish it.
Used Mastercam, basically drawing out with wireframe and then making a solid out of it.
Jason works in a shop where he models various industrial components. I provided him with my flat logo artwork as well as the dimensions of the mounting surface on my grill where the Nissan logo would normally be, and he adapted this into a three-dimensional form that fits perfectly, carving it out of a block of aluminum. This turned out way better than I ever imagined it could.
All right, thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate your work on this. It looks fantastic. It's like 100 times better than what I thought I was gonna do, and so I am super excited about this.
By the way, hidden on the back of the badge is a little nod to Primal Outdoors, who insists on referring to me as soft-roading the frontier. For dinner tonight, I'm cooking up some green beans with garlic and searing a nice steak. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, and I pretty much never bring anything along on my camping trips like cookies or any sort of dessert stuff at all. But at the grocery store in Flagstaff, they had passion fruit. Now this is something that is virtually unseen in Eugene, and I absolutely love them. It is simply the most amazing tasting fruit I've ever sampled. There's just an intensity of flavor that no other fruit can match. That one tiny little fruit was like $3.50, but that's a rare treat for me. Totally worth it.
Slept a little late this morning until about 7:15. We had kind of a storm come through last night, some thunder, just a tiny little bit of rain, but lots of wind for several hours. The whole truck was shaking.
No, I didn't leave my coffee cup behind. That's just a survey marker the BLM has placed.
Coming up on some of these spots, the drop off is so big that I can't even see where I need to go. Pavement has never felt so good.
It's not long, however, until I'm right back off the highway and headed up onto some BLM land in the Sand Hollow area.
I don't have a particular sort of goal or destination out here. I just kind of wanted to mess around out in this sort of red sand area where we sometimes see Matt's off-road recovery get people out of trouble. Down there is Sand Hollow State Park, where you sometimes see them actually drive in and get people who are down along the lake. Good thing I brought my flag.
The sand is definitely deep and soft, and I can feel how easy it would be to get bogged in this stuff. It's not even that warm today. I understand it can get even softer and fluffier on truly hot days. I did air way down before getting out here on these sandy trails, and the truck seems to be handling it fairly well. The question remains, will I need to make a call?
I have to admit, this is a little bit sort of more recreational off-roading than overlanding.
I think that's them up there.
Yeah, they were that way. Man, that was a big group. Okay, what was I saying? Once I got out here and started messing around, I realized I was having an awful lot of fun driving around in the sand, a little bit of rock crawly kind of stuff. Part of this was definitely just sort of YouTube tourism. I watched Matt's Off-Road Recovery, and I just wanted to come drive around in this area where I've seen them recover so many stuck vehicles, and also just to kind of confirm to myself that I could do it without getting stuck.
I'm airing up and removing my flag. Some ATV riders have seen my hood up and very nicely stopped to ask if all was well. Turns out, Andy is originally from Oregon. I've ended up pulling out my tools to help them with a minor issue. Thanks again for stopping, Andy and Brandon. Well, look who I've rolled up on in a Maverick gas station.
I'm sure most of my subscribers also watch you guys, so they're going to be thrilled
What's your
to
channel?
see you. Softroading the West, it's called.
We're heading out on the rescue straight that way. So.
Cool, awesome.
What was your name?
Donald.
Donald. Good to meet you, Donald.
Nice to meet you, Matt.
That was really a fun morning. The rest of the day is pretty much just going to be highway driving, just trying to log some miles this afternoon, actually start truly working my way back towards Eugene. Okay, well, I assumed these rural highways were going to be paved. I just ran out of pavement. Leaving Utah. Yeah, I think we just crossed into Nevada.
Coming up soon on the channel, my trek across the surprisingly intriguing state of Nevada. Thank you for watching.